a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell, your full AccuWeather forecast right up on the top of your CNC local news page. Some leftover business from Tuesday night's election. First up on the news, still no winner in the election for East Rochester Town Justice. 5 votes now separate Republican and conservative David Bonacci from Democrat Dennis Greco, 1,239 to 1,234. After the polls closed, we told you Greco appeared to lead by 3. When they counted the absentee ballots, Bonacci led by 5. That's still close enough to a tie that the candidates will have to wait until November 19th or 20th to find out who actually won. The Monroe County Board of Elections says all absentee and affidavit ballots should be counted and verified by then. They may post the unofficial results early because of the interest in the matter. Bonacci is a former East Rochester police officer and the village mayor, former mayor. Greco is the high school football coach. Professors at the University of Rochester have signed a letter in support of service workers who are negotiating a new contract with the university. The letter is signed by 32 tenured or tenure-track professors, and it calls on the university to leave the union workers' benefits package as it now stands and wrap up the negotiations. The Service Employees International Union, 1199 and Local 200, represent 315 food service and facilities employees on the university's River campus, and another 1,294 housekeepers, patient care techs, food service workers, secretaries, and other employees at the U of R Medical Center. The university announced last week that it has consensus with the union on the non-compensation aspects of the contract, but there's no agreement on pay, health insurance, which is the main sticking point, time off, and outsourcing of jobs. The university says it can no longer afford to pick up the entire cost of the union employees' health coverage. It wants SEIU members to pay a share of their coverage, as non-union employees already do. The union is not interested in giving up such a valuable benefit. Boxing legend Carmen Basilio of Irondequoit died this week at Rochester General Hospital while being treated for pneumonia. He was 85 years old. Basilio was known in the 1950s as the People's Champion. He was one of the first inductees to the Boxing Hall of Fame, which is located in his hometown of Canastota. The executive director of the Boxing Hall of Fame, Edward Brophy, called Basilio the man who put Canastota on the worldwide boxing map and gave village residents a sense of pride that couldn't be matched anywhere in the world. Basilio was the son of an onion farmer. He started boxing professionally in 1948 after service as a Marine in World War II. He built a successful career as a welterweight, moved up a weight class, then challenged world middleweight champion Sugar Ray Robinson in what may have been his most famous fight. That bout in September of 1957 made Carmen Basilio the middleweight champion of the world. He beat Robinson by a split decision in a 15-round fight. 6 months later, the two men met again, rematch, and Sugar Ray Robinson won the title back in a bruising fight that also went 15 rounds and also ended by a narrow decision. Basilio fought with his left eye swelled shut from the 6th round on. Basilio retired from boxing in 1961. His ring record was 56 wins, 16 losses, and 7 draws, 27 wins by knockout. He went to work for Genesee Brewing in Rochester, and he saw his nephew, Billy Backus, become world welterweight champion in the 1970s. Wegmans Food Market says its new East Avenue store in Rochester will open sometime in May. It will include an Italian-themed restaurant in addition to the usual market cafe. Wegmans is building that long-awaited East Avenue store next to the existing Wegmans. The old and cramped store will be demolished before the new one opens, and it will become the new parking lot, just as Wegmans did with its new Mount Read Boulevard store at Greece. Spokeswoman Joe Natale said the actual opening date isn't firm yet, but it will be in about 6 months. The original East Avenue Wegmans is the chain's smallest now in the Rochester area. The new one covers much of that block at East Avenue and Winton Road, and it also includes the storefronts of the former city retail block as part of its design. It will also have substantially more parking for customers, and the store employees will get an underground garage. The existing Wegmans is open for now during the construction. The U.S. Attorney for Western New York says a U.S. Postal Service worker in Rochester has pleaded guilty to charges of mail theft and tampering. Dale Richmond of Williamson pleaded guilty this week before U.S. District Court Judge David Larimer. Federal prosecutors say the 58-year-old worked in the Postal Service Rochester Logistics and Distribution Center. He was charged with repeatedly opening mail and stealing the contents of packages, including cash, jewelry, collectible coins, even a rare Mickey Mantle baseball card. He was caught after a joint investigation by the Postal Service Office of Inspector General and the FBI, and Richmond faces up to 10 years in prison when he is sentenced in January. There's a new look for the Greece Police Department. The patrol cars are phasing out the current make, model, and paint image. Supervisor John Auberger and Chief of Police Todd Baxter say the new cars are transitioning in as they need to be replaced. For the first time since the early 1990s, Greece police cars will not be Ford Crown Vics. Ford has ended production of the Crown Victoria. The Greece Police Department picked the Chevy Caprice Police Patrol vehicle as the new car for their department, and they decided to do an image makeover. The new Greece police cars starting to appear are charcoal gray, silver, and white markings instead of white and black. The words police are in large print on the sides of the vehicle. Town of Greece and the Greece Police badge are on the doors. They also have the American flag on the fender and a September 11th memorial on the back bumper. Chief Baxter said they wanted a vehicle that would give officers a tactical advantage, but also show an image of professionalism and efficiency. And for Irondequoit, the town board holds a special budget hearing Thursday night at 7. This is on the town's 2013 budget proposal. This will be at Town Hall on Titus Avenue, again Thursday night at 7. After town residents have their say, they'll go into executive session behind closed doors. Irondequoit is looking at a near 3% increase in employee retirement costs and more than an 11% hike in employee medical insurance costs. At the same time, the town has lost more than $5.5 million in property values in recent years, so expenses have to be cut. The preliminary town budget, including fire, sewer, and highway district costs, amounts to just over $31 million. $18.3 million has to be raised through the property tax levy, and you can read the full budget proposal, including where the money comes from and where it goes, on the Irondequoit Town website. Here's the link. To the left of this player window are links to these and other stories, and on the bottom of the page in the gray bar, links you can use. Post us news items that you've heard about, things you've written, commentaries. We also want to see shout-outs to people you think are deserving. We want to see your birth and wedding and business opening announcements, because we're a community resource and a social media resource as well. Next news as it happens, updates when necessary, and you can help us be the judge of that. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.